Hi, it's Tracy with Charmed Angel Healing again. Sorry about the wind, but we're outside today because it's a beautiful day and I wanted to help you connect with your guides and angels or any loved ones that may have passed on that you want to talk with. That's one of the questions a lot of people ask me. They say, how can I connect to my guides and my angels or a loved one that may have passed on? So the first thing I want to say is that I connect to God. I was raised Christian, and so I use the word God. But you can call the creative energy whatever resonates with you, whatever religion you may be a part of, or some people just say spirit. I'm just going to connect to spirit. I am of no religion myself. If I had to be called something, I would call myself a mystic. I believe all religions are correct in what they are, and I have faith. That was a butterfly. I have faith that the energy is the same. It's all positive white light, and that's the important part, okay? So anyway, when you want to connect to that white light, you have to basically raise your vibration, because they're in the ethereal area of the world. You know, we've got the physical part, but the ethereal would be where everything else would be, like the angels, the archangels, fairies, anything invisible that you can't see is in between, and ghosts, you know, they're in that area too. And to connect to any of those, you have to raise your vibration to that frequency in order to connect. Some people can do this automatically. They talk to God, you know, and they'll just ask questions. God will talk right away. Other people have more of a problem and they need guidance, which is why I'm here. I want to tell you how I do it. You know, use how I do it, or use multiple different ways put together, whatever works for you. And the main thing, though, that I want to stress, it's so important, always ask to be protected while you're in spirit. If you're going to talk to your guides or angels, anything spiritual work, before you start, I always ground. That by doing that, I mean I visualize growing roots out my feet, and then I'll ask for God to come from above with the white light, and I'll visualize the white light coming from my head all the way through my whole body, and, you know, putting any darkness down through Mother Earth. She'll cleanse it and release it back up into the ethers for us, and that way you're not doing anything negative karmically. And then I'll ask my guides and angels to protect me and keep me safe. No negative energy allowed. That's real important to me, and I've learned the hard way, because when I didn't do that, sometimes little things would connect to you that you didn't know about, and you learn more than you really want to know. But anyway, back to what we're doing. So to connect, you do that and you connect. What I do is I visualize, whenever I visualize that white light and it's going through me, after I'm cleansed and I feel all white, I'll visualize myself, my ethereal being, my soul. I'll visualize it going up and 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 up. And I see a place that I call the Akashic Records. But it's a place that it could be the Book of Life, it could be, you know, many different names for different people, but I go up to the Akashic Records, and then I'll call out that person's name that I have a question for, or if I'm working for myself, I'll just go up there and I'll just sit and be. Now, the key to this is learning how to still your mind. That's the hardest part. You got to still your brain in order to know what is possibly your thought versus what would be your guides, your angels, or God, or whatever you want to call it, or create, whatever you want to listen to talk to. That's what you'll do first, is ground and connect, and then go to this place. And then I'll call out that person's name, or I'll ask the question, and the answer will come in the form of either a vision in my head, or sometimes a thought in my head. Sometimes you'll get confirmations that are feathers. But the key is to still the brain, and that's the hardest part. The first time that I ever did that, it took me 45 minutes, because my brain kept thinking of things that I needed to do, like, oh, you have to do the laundry, oh, you need to be in bed by this time, oh, you have to do this and that. Well, I would just write those down on a piece of paper next to me, and after it was written down, I'd visualize, okay, that's done. I don't have to worry about that thought. And after about 45 minutes, finally, I got the answer to a question I had asked that I did not know the answer to, and it came in the form of a thought. And for some reason, it comes in on the right side with me, in my head. It came in the form of a thought. But now that I've been working in the industry for over 11 years, sometimes it'll come as a vision, or I'll see things, I'll see symbols, I'll hear thoughts, I'll see things, all different kinds of ways of communication, and everybody's different. That's why I can't tell you exactly how you're going to see it or hear it, and know that it's God or not yourself. But the main thing is to recognize what's your thoughts, and then recognize that which is not your thoughts or your feelings or whatever, and start paying attention, write them down, keep notes. Do you have any questions that they may have?
Would you say you can use certain tools in order to connect better?
Absolutely. Some people need third dimensional tools. Some people, like me even. Do you know the first time that I ever connected, I lit a candle, I lit an incense, and I held onto a crystal, which I love to hold on to crystals when I connect. Crystals they're very good vibration, and I use one that's called a record keeper crystal. And I love her. She's beautiful. If I had her right here, I'd show her to you. You'd probably like her as well. Is there any other questions that you can think of that they've asked?
Are there any things you would try to stay away from? Because you talked about protection earlier.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you. Yeah, if you're trying to connect to your guides and angels and spirits, I highly do not recommend a Ouija board or dowsing rods. Sorry, my hair keeps tickling my nose. Don't use dowsing rods. Don't use Ouija boards. I don't even use pendulums, although a lot of my friends do, and they work well for them. But I tend to get more of earthy, negative answers whenever I use pendulums and dowsing rods, and that energy doesn't resonate with me. But I have friends that do use them. I don't recommend them. I recommend going straight to the source and follow your gut. And if something feels like it's negative, immediately tell it to go away. It's not allowed. And visualize bursting white light all around you, because where there's light, there can be no dark.
Are there any times during the day or a certain moment that's best for connecting?
Well, not necessarily so, but it is easier to connect later at night because there's less electronic energy going on and less energy and movement about, so it's a little bit quieter and easier to know signs that may be coming, so not the evening time when it's quieter.
What if while connecting you don't get any answers or information?
You know, that happens. That does happen sometimes, and that could be that you may have a block. You may need to be more specific with your your question. I'm willing to help you and guide you in any way. It's different for a lot of different people, so everybody's different. I'm more than happy to help you in any way that I can with connecting and awakening your Kundalini. You can awaken your Kundalini is the way that you would initially start growing spiritually, is by awakening your Kundalini. And I can get more into that later because that could be a totally different subject. But I try to keep these a little bit short so that they're easy to watch really quickly. But is there anything else do you think someone may ask? I think that's good. Okay. Well, if anybody else does have any more questions, just feel free to write it in the comments and ask. I'm happy to create you an answer. And yeah.
There's one question. Would you advise on lessening your caffeine intake or anything you should do prior to connecting to make sure you can connect well?
That's a very good question, because things like alcohol or pills or anything that would change that means you're missing my head.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You were like going way up there in the sky. You don't want to get drunk, don't do drugs. Caffeine I've noticed that it doesn't affect my ability, but it does affect some. There's some people that can't even eat any kind of chemical. It'll affect their ability. But I can tell you beyond the shadow of a doubt, whenever I eat just raw food, my total vibration goes up, and it makes it real easy to connect when you eat just raw vegetables and fruits. So anyway, I am so glad to talk to you today, and I would love to talk to you. I'm charmedangelhealing.com. My name is Tracy, and please like this video, subscribe, and share. Everybody subscribe so we can share our love, share all of our good white light, okay? Goodbye.